What's up guys, Kent here with Corsby Gaming, playing Raid Shadow Legends. This video is going to be continuing the series on showcases for different Doom Tower bosses that I'm doing. So today we're going to take a look at my team for the Scarab King. So the Scarab King is a tricky boss to get right, but this team gets the job done 100% of the time, full auto. We've got Duchess as the lead, an Armager, Valk, and Bloodtwin, as well as Sylas the Drakes. So we're gonna go ahead and skip through the waves right to the boss. Alrighty, so we are to the boss, and this is a full auto team, so I'm just gonna let it run and explain it while it's going. So with this boss, he's a tricky one, alright. He has a couple of different things to know about. So for his A1, attacks all enemies, places a decreased attack and decreased speed. Also places an extra hit on enemies that have no shield. The extra hit also places a provoke for 1 turn. That is a nasty A1. Alright, and then for his A2, attacks all enemies, places an extra hit on each enemy for each buff on the target. Each hit steals 1 random buff from enemies that have no shield buffs and removes 1 buff from enemies under shields. Places a True Fear debuff, which is super annoying, on 1 turn on enemies for ones that have a buff stolen, and places a Fear for 1 turn on enemies that have a buff removed. Alright, so with my team, the whole point of it is to first break his shield. So he has this shield bar up here, and your damage against him increases as that goes down. So the only way to get that to go down is decrease his max HP, which that's the whole purpose that I have Armager in here for. So there's different ways you can tackle this boss and different ways to get that max HP down, but for me, the guy that I go for is Armager and put him in a destroy set. So he fills different roles. He also has a decrease enemy turn meter, which is nice on the Scarab King to help keep his turn meter down. There's no penalty for decreasing his turn meter. The only thing is you gotta have a shield on you before you're attacking, which is the whole reason I have brought Valkyrie in. So she has a shield on there with a 3-turn cooldown, so she can permanently have shields up if it's timed out properly. The only problem with doing this team on full auto is that the shields are constantly falling off and not being timed out properly, and then he steals some heals. But Duchess is like the ultimate trump card for this boss. She basically can't be beat. He can't kill her, so it takes quite a while, but the team gets the job done 100% of the time. As far as the damage, where it's coming from is primarily from Drexlar, Bloodtwin's burns. As you can see, you got the burn up, so hopefully they don't steal any of the continuous heal buffs that are on my guys, because if the Scarab King does steal them, then he goes right back to full health. But yeah, that's why we got Armager in there for decrease max HP. There's also Sylas the Drakes in there. She's really good for this boss for a couple of different reasons. 1, because she can revive guys like that, but 2, she also has a decreased speed debuff that she can place, and she can also remove her wow, that was a big time steal. Stole the counterattack and the continuous heal buffs. Anyway, she can decrease the enemy's turn meter and place a decreased speed debuff. So those are pretty nice. So yeah, that's basically how my team functions. It's not the fastest team or the prettiest one, but it gets the job done 100% of the time on every single difficulty. I know there's a lot of other teams that are much faster, but they really only work on lower difficulties. But yeah, this team gets the job done at the hardest difficulties that you can face the Scarab King. I think the highest one is like 100 or 110 that he'd be at. So yeah, that's my team. I will go ahead and fast forward it very quickly through the rest of this battle, because it'll probably be a little lengthy, like 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, fast forward. Alrighty, there we go. Finally finish him off after 28 minutes. That was a long one, so that was pretty terrible RNG. Normally it's much closer to like 15 minutes. It's under 10 minutes manually, so yeah, that was really slow, not good RNG. As far as the team goes, if you look at the damage output, it's actually pretty flat. The Drexthar did a lot of damage with those burns. There's plenty of other teams that you can use, other ways to get the job done. I know a lot of people bring in like a Septimus and Destroy Gear, or Allures, double Allure. There's other shield champions that you can use besides Valkyrie. So yeah, there's many different ways to go at this, at the Scarab King. He's tricky, but yeah, more than one way to skin a cat with that guy. So let's jump over and look at the individual champions. Alright, so first up is Duchess. She is the key to this team working properly, and I have her geared out slightly unconventionally, just a ton of speed and a ton of HP. So got her in HP gloves, an HP chest piece, and speed boots, and then the amulets in the ring are both HP as well. Take a look at her total stats. Gonna be 90k HP, 3,700 defense, and 273 speed. So there's no resist. So some people like to build her out with a lot of resistance. I don't prefer to have her that way. I like to have her nice and fast. That way she can roll through any debuffs that she does accrue, and also roll through her turns so she can get her moves cooled down faster. Next champ we'll look at is Armager. So this guy is a special uncommon champion. He does stuff that no other uncommon does. I mean, he's really freaking good. I mean, he might as well be an epic or a legendary with his skill set. So I do have him built out in Destroy Gear specifically for this boss, and then he is in crit rate gloves. That way his A1 works, where it decreases the turn meter. I got him in defense chest piece. I could have gone accuracy if I needed more accuracy, and then also speed boots. For his total stats, he is at almost 30k HP, pretty low. He could definitely do with some more HP, but for the Destroy Gear that I have him in, it's not bad. And then defense, 2,800, and then 229 speed, and then 368 accuracy. It's probably a little overkill, but I use him on all the Scarab King, so I just want to be 100% sure that I had enough accuracy. Next champ is Valkyrie. So she is probably the best champion in the game at putting up shields and a counterattack. So I have her built out, not 100% just for the Scarab King, I have her built out for Clan Boss as well. So I do have her in crit rate gloves and defense chest piece, so her shield scales off of defense. So you want as much defense as you can get. I also have her in speed boots. And then for her total stats, we're looking at 43k HP. She could deal with some more, that'd be nice. Her defense is just over 6,000, which is pretty healthy. Like I said, the defense, or her shields scale off her defense, so you want as much as you can get. And then her speed is 206. That is speed tuned for my unkillable clan boss team, so I probably should have her a little faster. And then as far as her resistance and accuracy goes, she would definitely perform much better against the Scarab King with some more accuracy, as her A1 does decrease the turn meter, has a chance to decrease turn meter. But yeah, that's how I have her built out. Not 100% for the Scarab King. She could definitely be built out better to match that boss more appropriately, but I use her in other areas, so that's why she's geared that way. Next is Sylas of the Drakes. So I have her in speed boots, a HP chest piece, or HP gloves, and an accuracy chest piece. So got her going pretty fast, and she's one that is definitely replaceable. She does not have to be used against this boss. She just kind of adds an extra layer of success in the rate that this boss is being able to be beat. So she's got 257 speed, 57k HP, 3,200 defense. Her accuracy is pretty good at 337, just enough to decrease that turn meter. And then the last champ we will take a look at is going to be Drexthar Bloodtwin. So this guy, he is geared out for an entirely different boss. He's geared out to be able to beat the Frostbiter, but same thing with this boss. He gets the job done with the stats that I have him at. So for his gloves, I have him in crit rate gloves, just because they have a double accuracy roll. And then I got him in an accuracy chest piece and speed boots. So if we take a look at his total stats, once again, they are for the Frostbiter, but they still work for this boss. His HP is 49, about 50k, 3,400 defense, 162 speed. This guy doesn't need to be fast. He gets the job done being slow, just because whenever he gets hit, he can place those burns, which the burn is what does a lot of damage to these bosses. So yeah, and then his accuracy super high, 624. Alrighty guys, so that is my showcase for the hard floor 60 Scarab King. Not quite as quick as I would like it to be, but hey, it got the job done. I know there's a lot of other teams that work much faster. If you guys have a really good team for the Scarab King, let me know in the comments. Let me know who you're using and the way that you tackle this boss. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.